On the evening of October 1st, at New York's LaGuardia Airport, two Delta planes collided while taxiing on the ground. This incident has already drawn national attention, and investigations are underway to figure out how such a dangerous situation could have happened at one of the busiest airports in the United States. In this video, we'll break down exactly what happened, the damage caused, and what investigators are looking at as they try to determine the cause. The event occurred just before 10 p.m. when two Delta Connection regional jets were taxiing on a runway at LaGuardia Airport. Both planes were CRJ 900 regional aircraft operated by Endeavor Air on behalf of Delta. According to reports, one plane's right wing struck the nose and cockpit area of the other plane. The collision damaged a wing, shattered cockpit windows, and crumpled part of the nose area of the struck jet. Although the collision was described as a low-speed incident, it was still serious enough to cause an injury. A flight attendant on one of the aircraft sustained a knee injury and had to be hospitalized. Fortunately, there were no major injuries among the passengers, and all travelers were safely brought back to the terminal. The incident highlights how even when planes are not in the air, safety risks remain high. Taxiing might seem routine, but at night, with reduced visibility, the risk of collision increases. Pilots rely on a mix of ground lights, taxiway markings, and instructions from air traffic controllers to move safely. Reports suggest that visibility may have been a factor, as reduced lighting and reliance on taxi lights instead of stronger landing lights can make it harder for pilots to judge distances between aircraft on the ground. The National Transportation Safety Board has launched an investigation into the collision. A team of investigators was dispatched to New York, and flight recorders from both aircraft have already been collected. The Federal Aviation Administration is also reviewing the incident. At this point, it is not clear whether the cause was pilot error or miscommunication between pilots and controllers, or possibly a failure in airport ground surveillance systems. These systems are designed to help monitor planes as they move around on runways and taxiways, but it is not yet known whether they issued any warnings before the collision occurred. For Delta and its passengers, the immediate concern was handling the disruption. After the collision, both planes were taken out of service, and Delta arranged for hotel stays, meals, and rebooking options for affected travelers. By the next morning, LaGuardia operations had resumed, and flights were running normally. Despite the damage to the two aircraft, the wider airport schedule was not seriously disrupted. Collisions like this are rare, but they do happen. Most occur at low speeds while planes are taxiing, as was the case here. These kind of accidents tend to cause more damage to the planes than to people inside, but they raise serious questions about communication, visibility, and safety procedures on the ground. The key word for the story is clear. Delta planes collide at LaGuardia Airport. The phrase itself captures just how unusual and concerning this incident was. Delta has said it is fully cooperating with investigators and is working to ensure the safety of passengers and crew moving forward. As for what happens next, the NTSB will review data from the cockpit voice recorders, flight data recorders, and air traffic control communications. They will also interview crew members and examine ground radar data. A final report on the probable cause could take months, but the early signs point to a combination of limited visibility, close taxiway spacing, and possible communication issues. For travelers, this is a reminder that air travel is still among the safest ways to move, with serious accidents extremely rare. But it also shows how even small lapses in coordination on the ground can have significant consequences. The good news is that this time, the damage was limited to the planes, and only one crew member suffered a minor injury. As the investigation moves forward, we'll likely learn more about how and why two Delta jets ended up colliding on the taxiway at LaGuardia Airport, and what steps can be taken to ensure it doesn't happen again. Until then, this incident remains a stark reminder of the importance of vigilance in every part of aviation, not just in the skies, but also on the ground.